like all across Scotland. At the moment there's just a few scattered.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress, exactly. I think we've got another picture. So that's another example of our work in progress. Okay. So this is kind of what we've talked about before. It's a compulsory supervision order, it's a legal order, it means everyone should be complying with it. And the panel have a very broad power and include any condition the hearing wants. Now that's a bit misleading, because what they can include is a measure on the local authority, so they say the social work department has to do this. Or they can put a measure on the child has to live somewhere, or the child has to go to school.
How would you make sure the child goes and go to school? If they didn't, is that when the parents would?
Yeah, it's always a difficult one, the going to school one, because
like my kid can't, but I can find that it doesn't still an argument every day.
yeah, and that is a difficult one. And I suppose you keep coming back to the hearing, trying to try different supports. Do you look at residential school, or is there someone from the social work department that can go and pick up the kid in the mornings, or looking at various different supports and how to.
Is that where, and this might not be related at all, but is that where the activity agreements came from?
What?
Activity agreements. Do you know what each one of
No.
those? You've none of them?
No.
It's almost an alternative to school or compulsory education where the child's just not engaged and you can't get a child to engage. So
Right.
clearly if that's not going to work, they've got this different model for trying to get a child to engage with some kind of provision.
Yeah.
It's run by the local authority here in the Borders, and it's called an activity agreement.
All right. Okay.
I wouldn't like to give any statistics on how successful it is, but it's just an alternative to compulsory school.
Yeah, it's probably something that they tried before coming to hearing. But other measures they can put on is a restriction of liberty. So they might put a child in a secure unit if their behaviour is very, very dangerous towards themselves or other people. They might be in a secure unit, and that's a residential unit that is locked. They might. Well, no, we wouldn't call it that. There might be that the child has to attend a medical examination or something like that. A measure like that. Okay.
What's that? Local authority.
Local authority, so they've got the responsibility to make sure whatever measures that the panel put in place happens. So social work.
Cool.
Yeah.
Would it have to be a social worker that different types of if they had to pick someone to take?
Oh, well, we're kind of getting to the specifics, but it very much depends on the circumstances of each case. Yeah. So this is the stats from 2016-17. So this is all of Scotland. So 15,118 children and young people were referred. That's all over Scotland in that year. So 26.41% of children went to hearing. So it's actually relatively low considering how many children are referred. So a lot of our decisions are not taken to hearing. And out of the 3,606 who went to hearing, 3,174 were made subject to a compulsory supervision order. So that's quite a high number. So most children who do go to hearing end up being put on a legal order of some sort. And this is an interesting one. Most common ages of children that are referred are 0 to 1. So as soon as baby's born. That's when the social work, that's usually when you've got maybe a child protection order. The concerns with the social worker are so high right from the beginning of the baby's life. Or it becomes very clear in a few months of the baby's life that the parents are really struggling. And then the second most common is 13 to 15-year-olds. So that's usually a bit more like when their behaviour is maybe becoming quite difficult, they might be offending, they might be not going to school. So it's quite two ends of the spectrum.
Cool. I know of a couple of cases where literally the child was born and was removed from the care of the parents, and that's just because concerns were so high in advance of birth.
So some statistics. These are the amount of referrals. So you can see the blue one are the offence referrals. So even though when I talked at the beginning about the fact that the whole children's hearing system was based on this idea of dealing with, and the whole purpose of setting up the co-branding committee was to look at how to deal with young people who are offending. The majority of our referrals are actually non-offence referrals, they're child protection referrals. And the offence referrals have really declined over the years, and actually 2016 it's quite low. We had a massive spike.
7,000? 7,000 according to that, yeah. Offences.
About 7,000, yeah. I think the 2016-17 statistics, which don't show on there, are that there was 13,254 non-offence grounds. And only 2,995 were offence grounds.
That's incredible.
So it's quite a big difference.
Does that mean that less kids are offended and there's just...
No, I think what it means is that there's a new kind of system, early and effective intervention has been put in place where I think most offences are dealt with by the social work department and trying to put supports in place before actually getting to a hearing. So if you've got low minor offences, usually that can be dealt with by warning letters, or social work might offer a offence-focused programme that the child will engage with.
So does that look like they've dealt with the offence, but then the social worker grant is then being the case of neglect, or because it's getting higher than the total referrals?
So the total referrals reached a peak, but they've come down now. So they're actually decreasing the number of referrals.
It just means less people are going to the point of being referred to.
And I think it's because we had such a big peak in 2007, and it was basically the whole children's hearing system almost crumbled because we couldn't deal with that many referrals. And it was because police and social worker were just referring everything as soon as they got something. They weren't really thinking about it, and they were just like, let's just send it to the reporter, and we just couldn't deal with it all. So there'd been a lot more focused work in putting agreements in place where social work and police will deal with a lot of matters before referring it to the reporter. So it only goes to the reporter when it gets to that point where they think, actually we can't do this on a voluntary arrangement anymore, we need a legal order. So there's much more effort being put in by social work and police to think about whether they really need a legal order or not. And so I think that's a much better system, and that's why we get a lot less referrals now, but the referrals that we do get are usually a bit more serious and do need to go to even. I don't know how much you want me to talk then.
We've gone till 4:15, but I mean, if you're...
No, that's fine, I've got loads.
So I'm acutely aware that I didn't offer you a drink, you know.
No, it's fine.
Vodka at the back. Eh? Shots. I'll delete that bit.
So, just before we move on to the next slide, sorry, this kind of spike here is actually what led to a review of the whole system, and GERFIC, you've heard of GERFIC? Yeah, you're right, every child, and that's about early intervention, acting early and trying to address the problem before it escalates to having to go to the reporter. And it was the whole reason that we got the 2011 Act as well. So the whole system was reviewed because of this massive spike here. And that's how we have the 2011 Act, and we have the GERFIC process, and it seems to be a much better system. Okay. I know you were kind of talking about human rights and stuff, is that?
Yeah, we've spoken about the development of human rights, looking at the history of it, and obviously the United Nations.
Yeah.
I think.
So I was speaking about human rights.
Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and then the United Nations Convention of Human Rights, and then the rights of the child as well. How it ties together. Yeah, I know, but I'm getting old. I can't think of two things at once.
Okay. So yeah, I was going to talk a little bit about human rights. Because like I said at the beginning as well, that's kind of changed the healing system process in quite a big way. Because in 1964, it wasn't really such a huge focus on human rights. And then obviously we got the ECHR, the European Convention on Human Rights, which was implemented into our law, and we all had to go, right, okay, this is really important, we need to kind of this in our hearing system. And so far the ECHR has been more significant than the UNCRC in driving change to the law and in driving changes to the hearing system. And that's because the ECHR is enshrined in UK law by the Human Rights Act 1998. We've covered that. But yeah, the ECHR is part of our law. We have to stick to it, and you can't breach anyone's rights that are protected under the ECHR. The UNCRC is not enshrined in our law, not yet anyway. Although it's extremely important and influential, it is not. We can't bring a case because someone's breached a right under the UNCRC. So we can't go to court and say someone's breached a right under the UNCC because it isn't actually part of the law yet. But in the hearing system, we do have to make especially sure that we comply with the ECHR. And there's a couple of key cases, so this is getting on to a bit legal. Try not to make it too legalistic. So McMichael, this is an interesting one. 1995, entitlement to papers being considered by hearing. So remember I said that we asked for social work to prepare a report, might ask for education to prepare a report, health to prepare a report. All those reports are given to the panel members and they make a decision. They are also given to the family. So the mum gets to see them, dad gets to see them, and if the child is old enough, the child gets to see them. It's usually 12 and above. But prior to 1995, the family never got the report at all, which seems, to us now, seems like a crazy system, because the panel would be like, well, this report says this, and the family would be like, you don't know what you're talking about, because we haven't seen it. And that McMichael case said, that's a breach of their rights. It's not fair to, say, remove a child from a parent's home when they don't have a chance to see what the reports are, to see what the information is, they don't have a proper chance to challenge it if they don't agree with it. Everyone should have access to all papers. So that was a very important case. And it sometimes surprisingly still gets forgotten, where you do get some professionals saying, oh, I'd just like to give this to panel, but don't let the parents see it. And I say, no, everybody gets to see everything, unless you can make a specific request if there's something that the panel must be aware of that perhaps the child shouldn't see, because it would be very damaging to them.
Or if there were things pertaining to, say, the father that the mother wasn't aware of to protect their confidentiality, the father would maybe get a different set.
Yeah, that's quite different. No, well, in that case, I'd really push social work to say, what do you really need to put in these panel papers? Because the test for keeping something from the family is whether it would cause significant harm to the child. So it's all about the child. For example, if the father had been convicted of a sexual offence against young people, the child might not know that, and that would be a very damaging thing to find out about your father. But it might be crucial to the case because that might be what the risk is. So that might be a good example where they say, right, we do need to let the panel know about this father's conviction, but if the child finds this out, it's going to devastate him. So you might in that circumstance. But you need a really good reason to keep it from them. S versus Miller. What was that? So Article 6 of the ECHR, that's the right to a fair trial. Now that's really important in criminal cases. You know, you have a right to a lawyer, you have a right to defend yourself, innocent until proven guilty. That's pretty well established. But S versus Miller said actually it also applies in children's hearing systems. All parents and children should have a right to a fair process within the children's hearing system, even though it's not a criminal process. So that's why we need to make sure that the hearing system is completely fair. Everyone gets a chance to say what they want to say. Parents have a right to legal representation now in hearing, as does the child, if they're old enough, to instruct the lawyer. So that's a big process. And there's also a right of appeal as well, which if we have time, we might talk about. But that's if you don't agree with the decision, the family can say, I don't agree with that, I'm going to appeal to the court. That's part of a fair process as well. And then Cade versus Patterson, that's what I was talking about, legal representation. So it kind of ties in with the right to fair trial, that parents now have a right to a lawyer. And that's quite relatively new, really. Before that case, parents would go to hearings and they didn't have a right to a lawyer. So even if they struggled to represent themselves, it might be there. And then, they might not be as articulate as, say, the social workers and the health professionals. They might be very anxious, they might be very shy, they might not be able to control their emotions. And that actually sometimes can be where having a lawyer can be very helpful, because they might struggle to put their views across appropriately without any legal representation.
So these three cases are people that have challenged the existing system to bring in these particular
Yes, and
things.
it's gone all the way up to the European Court of Human Rights, and that's where these cases have come down and changed our system.
Is this not where Nicola Sturgeon's named person fell by the wayside?
Oh God, let's not go there
Yeah.
now.
No.
I'm watching the time, but oh my God.
That's a whole different presentation. that is.
That's just a different issue. Jeez, oh.
You're smiling, but you ain't laughing. So.
No.
This one has, legal representations, however, has caused a big controversy amongst panel members. I think reporters are more supportive of it, but panel members, they don't like lawyers. They don't tend to like lawyers being in hearings. They think, some people would say it's making it more formal. Now, the whole idea of the children's hearing system was to take it away from the courts, and now you're putting lawyers in. Are we not just making it more like a court? So you can see where the kind of conflict arises.
And I suppose of panel members, bearing in mind they are just unions as well. If you've got a lawyer throwing legalese at you, you might feel intimidated as a panel member about making the decision you've got to make.
Yeah, and it can be quite daunting. And I can see sometimes when I say, well, we've got a lawyer coming today, panel members, a bit more nervous. And
Who do the panel members, once they've got other information in that case, is it just those three panel members talk amongst themselves, then come back to you, or do they get to speak?
no, so this is what, at the hearing, the children's hearing. So you've got three panel members. They've had individually they've had all the reports and they've read them before they've got to the hearing centre. The three panel